Today, we are diving deep into Tara Brach's really transformative idea of radical acceptance. It's a powerful way to find some genuine inner peace, not by trying to change who you are, but by fully embracing who you are right now in this moment.
So let me ask you something. Have you ever had that nagging feeling, that quiet little voice in the back of your head telling you that you're somehow falling short, that you need to be better, smarter, or more accomplished? Yeah, it's a feeling I think pretty much everyone can relate to. Well, this whole inner struggle, it actually has a name. And just recognizing it, just seeing it for what it is, that's the first huge step toward breaking free from its grip. The psychologist and meditation teacher Tara Brach calls this the trance of unworthiness. And I want you to really think about that word, trance. It's perfect, right? It suggests that we're not fully awake to our own value. We get stuck in this automatic, almost robotic loop of self-criticism and feeling inadequate, and it completely disconnects us from our real selves and from the richness of just being here right now. So, if we're caught in this trance of feeling unworthy, how do we wake up? Well, the answer isn't what you might think. It's not about fighting harder or trying to fix ourselves. It's about making this profound shift in our perspective. And that shift is called radical acceptance. Let's look at the difference here because it's huge. Our typical reaction, our default setting, is to fight reality, right? We resist those tough emotions and we judge ourselves so harshly for our flaws. We're essentially at war with ourselves. Radical acceptance just completely flips that script. Instead of fighting reality, you recognize it. Instead of resisting your emotions, you allow them to be there. And instead of judging your flaws, you start to embrace them with kindness. And this is so crucial. Radical acceptance does not mean you have to like everything or just become passive and let things happen. It just means you stop fighting with what is. You decide to fully and completely embrace your experiences, the good, the bad, the super messy stuff, without adding that extra, really painful layer of resistance or judgment on top of it all. But this isn't just some feel-good idea. No, it's an active, engaged practice. And to make it work, Tara Brach says we need two essential tools that work together, kind of like the two wings of a bird. The first wing is mindfulness. You can think of this as clear seeing. It's what lets us take a step back and just notice our thoughts and feelings without getting totally swept away by them. But here's the thing, seeing clearly isn't enough on its own. That's why we need the second wing, compassion. This is the heart's response. It's the ability to meet whatever we see in ourselves with kindness instead of that familiar harshness. You see, you absolutely need both to fly. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it, in the middle of a stressful day or in a moment of really intense self-doubt? Let's break down a practical, step-by-step guide you can use anytime, anywhere. Before we get into the steps, just take a second with this simple affirmation. This is the foundation of the whole practice. It's a gentle reminder that sets the intention to meet our experience not with a sword, not with a clenched fist, but with an open hand. And this brings us to the RAIN practice, which is a super powerful and memorable tool. First, R is for recognize. Simply name what you're feeling. Anxiety is here, or this is judgment. Next, A is for allow. Let the feeling be there. Don't fight it. The crazy insight here is that our resistance is what gives difficult emotions their power. Allowing them to just exist actually helps them pass. Third, I is for investigate. This means getting curious about your feeling, but with genuine curiosity, not judgment. Ask yourself, where do I feel this in my body? Or what belief is underneath this feeling? And finally, N is for nurture. This is where you actively bring in self-compassion. You could place a hand on your heart or offer yourself those words of kindness we just looked at. So when we start to apply these tools, even a little bit, but consistently, something truly remarkable starts to happen. We stop living in a constant state of war with ourselves, and we discover a new kind of freedom. And the payoff for this practice is immense. When you turn down the volume on that harsh inner critic, you naturally start to build a deeper sense of self-worth that isn't tied to your achievements. It just is. This anchors you in the present moment, which leads to genuine inner liberation. And, as a really wonderful side effect, it allows for a much deeper, more authentic connection with the people in your life. So, if you take only one thing away from this explainer, please let it be this. This is not another self-improvement project designed to perfect yourself. The goal is not to get rid of your flaws. The goal is to be free from the struggle with your flaws. That's where the true peace lies. So I'll leave you with this final, powerful question. Right now, what is one thing you can accept? It could be a feeling of tiredness, a worry about the future, or an imperfection you've been fighting for years. Just for this moment, what if you stopped resisting it and simply allowed it to be? That right there, that is the beginning of radical acceptance.